dog is awfully agitated.
Here lies
Perhaps
Jack,
he wants to tell us
the
something.
oldest man in Sicyo.
So
Get
many
off my
dead
grave, you
civilians.
jackanapes.
Hey, wow! I'm Murphy, Jake's dog. Wow, you smell great. You know who I miss? Jake. Sometimes he'd just sit there being awesome. I came here so I could smell Jake again. He smelled great. If I... Where are you, Jake?
Here lies
Are you playing
Kavanagh.
without me?
Will they have Sicyo pie in the afterlife?
This dog we met, how true a creature he is. Animals. This kind, this trusty beast. He is man's best friend, though man does not deserve one. Wise words. To approach, I know, for I have lain in the animal kingdom. This dog.
Jake, where are you? Are you here,
I
Jake?
assume you address me. More prey.
That shovel has proven worth its weight, it seems.
Indeed. And who knows what manner of riches will unearth to...
Enough to finish.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
Here lies Jake. Please do not disturb.
What trickery is this? That's not Jake.
It's a rotting
Rotten
sheep's
lamb
corpse.
Rest in
It
peace,
seems someone
darling.
snatched Jake's body.
Memories is the greatest.
I smell... Wow, that dead sheep smells pretty great. I mean, you know who I miss? I came here. Someone stole Jake. Jake, listen. If you go around town and find someone who you think might have done it, bring me a really stinky something of theirs. Esmeralda. Ugh, terrible smell. Like flowers and soap. Not awesome. Ugh, hated her. Aureus is kind of awesome. Evelyn, too. They both have a sweaty, dead thingy smell. Cecil, he's all right, I guess. Mostly he smells like old books, which is neither awesome nor non-awesome. Bring me anything of theirs, and I'll be able to tell you if I can sniff out Jake's smell on them.
Rest in peace, darling. May the seven keep you.
Jake has the best smell. I'd know it anywhere. Join you? No way. I mean, without my best friend, the most awesome Jake ever.
May the seven keep you.
I smell rotten lamb chops.
Here lies David,
Where
who
are you,
ran
David?
from the Reaper.
I'm
Here
here.
lies
Catch me.
Alas, master of philosophy.
Peace be with you, traveller. I once lived a prosperous life. Loney never recovered from the loss. She was killed less than a week after she...
In memory of Loney, death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest
Rest in
flower
peace,
of all
darling.
the field.
Look here, even a sage and author as renowned as I is flat. As if I've written so many celebrated treatises. But of course you have read, and there isn't a civilized soul alive that hasn't. You can, and indeed you must. But alas, I was not there. Do you truly feel you are ready to prove that you have read and understood the philosophy? Your refusal speaks great...
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
Rest in peace, darling.
The very fact that you seek me out once more is in its... Do you truly feel... Then we shall proceed. Between life and death, death is the greater force.
Indeed he is.
Quite so.
Let us proceed. Life is life's own goal. The question that is itself the answer.
Rest in peace,
I should
darling.
say so.
Agreed.
Last query. Boldly do I scorn the bonds of faith and fear. Death,
Yourself.
Indeed.
hopes, and up. A combination of words I've long since forgone to couple, let alone put it. He shall not go unpunished.
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows.
Spirits of Rivalon, I call you home to the earth.
Vengeance from the skies!
My heart beats too slow.
Rest in peace, darling.
Oh, it goes to and fro with the city's youth. They hustle and bustle while I sit here. Oh, how nice it is of you. Pray, I am but an aged elf, that you would listen to my hot spiced wine, and a snug little room awaits us.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs wrap this here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Roberts escorting stiffs into the next life since the foundation of Sicil itself. They don't write a sad story, that. Though if I'm I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little...
A sheep?
That's a... I suppose you're right. At least if I tell you I buried that blasted sheep. But I swear on my lucky left foot I had nothing to do. In its place was a sack containing more. My business has been declining right alongside the rest of our blight. I knew I had to bury something or risk being found out. So that night, I stole into the market and made off with Bertia's fattest sheep. It was a bloody waste to stick so much fine meat into the ground to rot. But it had to be. Now, you can imagine I've spent more than my share of restless nights wondering who could have wanted that cadaver and for what purpose. I'm not an inch closer to imagining the why, but I've got a few inklings as to the who. Near as I can reckon, there are only 4 people who could have been involved. Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, Theleron's apprentice Evelyn, and Esmeralda. Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know. And he's the only... He could have used it to sidle in without a peep, if he were so Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through all that. I know it sounds strange, suspecting the doctors of... It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn. It seemed she could barely contain her thoughts. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead. I never saw a widow less... It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched. Lured me outside, claiming she needed air. That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair. And I certainly plan on making some use of it. That old bag's as fat as a heifer. She won't miss that sheep for a moment, and she... So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or of those sad story that... I just concern myself, like I said, I'm sure as sin not the ghoul responsible for snatching that. Ask 1,000 times if you like. I'd rather risk a flight to the north than Hey!
And now, a stern chastisement. In 3, 2...
you hot.
So, what's the bad? This here's my sad story that I just concern my... Go ahead and try it then. Enough of that blood. So, what's the This here's my sad I just... shit. What's to find out? You can hunt all you like. So, what's the... This sad story? I just a sheep? I suppose you're right. I buried that blasted sheep. In its place was I knew I had to bury. Now, you can imagine. Plenty of us, he could, or can't, I never, it seemed, and this, I never, it was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched. So, what's the bad news? More orcs That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair. And I certainly plan on making some use of it. You know, I reckon Bertia really didn't get a fair shake. So, what's the bad news? I never imagined myself thanking some strangers for taking my money. Like I said, I'm sure as sin not the ghoul responsible for snatching that body. That's enough of that now!
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lying in your pocket.
Sightseeing isn't so bad on a quiet day like this, is it?
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more home than a slice of this pie.
Well, what sort of hours?
That thief is free for now. Thank you for making...
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows. Ah, oh, gracious pig.
What are ye staring at? Go, Scud, Captain! Any takers?
Oh, hello.
Aaron has as many friends as the man. What do you have?
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold each.
Well?
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese.
Oh, I'm a pain. I trap.
I wonder how my dear sauce hunters, eh? Or if you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up. That louse! Did he even bother?
This is intolerable. The momentum of time is slipping through our hands, and you fritter it away on conversations about decomposing mutton. Focus, Source Hunter, focus!
What? Oh, it's you! What news? Jake? Murdered, you say? Oh, yes. Yes, of course. Now I remember. Well, I'm sure the facts will prove me innocent. Keep investigating.
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful... The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than starstuff. Do you mean to imply he...
I am Esmeralda. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you had better find... Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool. This letter, it was a show of passion.
Well, what do you want to know?
Assure me, dear Septimus, that you haven't been fighting those awful orcs. I can't bear to imagine something would happen to you.
Oh, but don't you worry, my lady. We legionnaires are highly trained soldiers who fear neither orc.
Why is she keeping those on hand anyhow? Sentimental reasons?
Wow, that dead sheep smells pretty great. I mean, Esmeralda, Jake has the best smell. Jake was awesome, and she didn't like Jake, so I'm pretty sure she's the worst thing that ever lived. Let me get a whiff. Oh, take this away. It smells like every rich man in town except Jake.
Rest in peace,
Jake,
darling.
where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake?